Welcome back to another edition of Coffee Time with TD. Happy Saturday. Move over, Rover, and let TD take over. Be good or be good at it. Now, I've got a comment on Donald Trump's remarks about Liz Cheney. I'm not going to go into what Donald Trump said because it's absolutely reprehensible and it makes me sick. But what I plead with you with is when you go to vote next week, is this really the man that you want to be the representation of America? Those statements about Liz Cheney were absolutely reprehensible. They were sickening, vile, disgusting. And I hope the Arizona AG charges Trump. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see it because the problem with it is that Trump's acolytes, his disciples, will look at that and say, oh, yeah, well, that's what needs to happen because they're fucking stupid. He has a messianic hold on these people. They are his, he is their David Koresh. It is a cult. And they worship and believe every single word that comes out of his mouth. And again, I'm not going to go into what the statements he said about Liz Cheney because they're sickening and reprehensible. I am sure you have seen them about the firing squad, about the 9 bullets. It was horrible. And I just said to myself, and I sat there and I said, under no circumstance can this man get back in the big seat and be the president again. When did bullying and name calling, and that's all it is. There's no talking about plans and what America needs to right the ship. All these things that are so dire, important to everyday Americans and their lives. It makes me sad. It really makes me sad because those words that he said about Liz Cheney, listen, Liz Cheney is an absolute queen. She is a princess, a queen. I have nothing but admiration for Liz Cheney standing up for what's right. And I was never a Dick Cheney fan. I was never a G.W. Bush fan. Weapons of mass destruction, the war in Iraq, I was never for that. I never believed it. All of it. But it turns out that I'd kill to have G.W. Bush back in office. I'd love to have Dick Cheney back. And it seems, unfortunately, that the Republican Party died with Senator McCain, John McCain. I mean, that was the last of the Republican Party, sadly. The Republican Party now is unrecognizable. The things that come out of the not just Trump, Vance, but across the board, Ted Cruz, Mitch McConnell, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz, all of them are reprehensible, and it makes me absolutely fucking sick. But I just want you to think when you go to vote next week, is that really who you want to be the representation of America? Because those statements about Liz Cheney were vile and disgusting. And the world that we live in and the Trump acolytes could take that and run with it and say, oh, Trump said this and Trump said that, and something bad happens. But in no way, shape, or form can we afford to let Trump get back in the big seat. He is showing you and telling you every single day who he is, what he is, and what will happen. I beg of you and plead with you, believe him. Believe him. We cannot let him back in the big seat. I'm sending you all of my love, light, peace, hope, and joy. God's blessing. Help people when you can. Be a good person. Be in the fight to win the fight, especially these next couple days. And I'm sending you all of my love. Grande beso, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.